We are live. And you know what I'm drinking? Drinking some of that cold-blooded caffeine, if you know what I mean. Getting everything going, getting ready for the day. Actually, it's 7 a.m., so I've been ready. I've been going. So have some of you. You guys start chiming in early. What have you done so far today? I mean, if you're in the East Coast, 7 a.m., getting up at 7 a.m. is kind of late. I know some people chime in from other time zones. Mm, Still conflicted. So many good flavors. I'm still conflicted. This bag is light right here, though. This one is light. It's been the go-to. Today, we're rocking here, but that's been the go-to. This one's been very flavorful. And of course, he loves whenever you mention his balls and how they taste. But I mean, there's just so many flavors to choose from. So many. Cold-blooded caffeine doing their thing, guys. Have you had a cup yet? Have you seen that episode? Go check it out. Um, I'm not sponsored. I literally talk about them because they have great coffee and they're doing amazing things in the reptile community. And this is where your support should be. So go check them out, guys. All right, go check them out. What have you done? It's 7 a.m. What have you done so far? Have you guys accomplished anything yet? Let's see. Fed some rats this morning. I fed my dog this morning. Wanted to get it out the way because I have a long day ahead of me, and I feed him raw. Okay, I feed him raw, and it's a little process, right? He eats about 4 pounds of raw food a day. He's on what you call a raw diet, and it's a 80% meat and bone, 10% vegetable fruit, 10% organ. Okay. Amazing. It's amazing. And I know a lot of you may not have heard about it. I did it a long time ago, doing it again. So, yeah, that I've already done that. I've already been to the office, got things situated. Stressful day. Can't believe when my guys start showing up, they start showing up around 6. I get to the office usually around today, usually around 4:30, 5 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, they're rolling in, and by 6:01, I already got issues to deal with. So yeah, great way to start the day, right? But then I run back. You see how fat I am. I don't really run back, but then I rush back so I could be here with you. But let's see, Tamithus. All I've done, it's 6 a.m. here. All I have done is feed the dog. I feed my dog raw food as well, except I don't feed any plant matter. Okay. Well, just remember, if you're doing an ancestral diet, right? Because that's why we do the raw, we get them as close to an ancestral diet as possible. If they were eating animals in the wild, they would be eating plant matter because most of the animals they would eat would be herbivores. So think about that. They kind of, as long as it's balanced and you're getting everything that they need in there, that's good. But yeah, just remember while they're eating the guts out of a deer eats primarily grass. So Python Patrol says, my Pomeranian lost her fur when I put her on a raw diet, but she had a lot of skin issues. Yeah, I doubted highly that she lost her fur due to being on the raw diet. Um, Again, the only issue with feeding a raw diet is you don't ensure you have the balance there. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and a lot of people do a lot of interesting stuff. You just have to make sure you have the right balance. And just like anything else, you have to know just because it's a 10%, vegetable, fruit type of situation, you have to make sure that your dog doesn't have any allergies or anything with that. But balls and strikes, woo, balls and strikes did something exciting. H&H Pythons finished making a new rack last night. I'm not sure what that has to do with this morning. Talking about who's already up crushing it today. Today, not yesterday. Yesterday is dead. Tomorrow is never. Live your life to the fullest because today is forever. I wrote that when I was 15 and I used it in my yearbook as my senior quote. Yeah, cornball. I know, I know. Bowls and Strikes Python says, just booked my next Alaska cruise for next summer this morning. So when you say next summer, are you talking about 2025 or 2024? Just wondering, because that's always a debate, right? When we talk about this summer, next summer, because summer's over with, right? Isn't summer gone? Isn't it done? 2023 summer. So then you could just say upcoming summer. I don't know. Put away some hatchlings that shed out and put in an hour of work at the day job this morning. God, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Getting up and crushing it. Awesome. 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 And there's a breeder. I don't know. He's been missing. He might make the Milk Carton Chronicles. There's a breeder out in Alaska. Makes it interesting for shipping, I'm sure. But yeah, there was a breeder out there, so I'm interested in knowing. I'm wondering. So okay, I'm back. Gotta love international interstate travel. Sorry, I thought you were doing some international stuff there. H&M Exotics. Well, welcome back. Benevolent Reptiles. I'm at work until 10 a.m. today. Been at it since 7:30 last night. Not sure if that's crushing anything though. You got a head start. You got a head start, but hey, ended strong. And then go home and get some rest, right? End it strong and get some rest. So who we got up in here? Who's up here? I know Holly was up here bright and early. She comes in just to check in, disturbs her sleep, then she goes back and falls out again. Stan the man caught her. Sea of Serpents came in second. RC Reptiles pulling in the third. Okay, that's what's up. And always first, but not really. We got Shane from Small Town Exotics. He's also winding down. I dig it. I am the worst. We ready. We need to do a spin to win. Like I said, we were going to do comments, post show comments. So don't think I have forgotten those of you that have been leaving comments. I'm going to go probably to the last few shows and grab the people that have been leaving comments. Leave a comment, especially those of you that don't catch this live. Leave a comment. I love you. I love those of you that do leave comments. Let me know you did stop by. Got some of these hothead candles to give away. And again, it's these things are becoming tradition, right? Becoming tradition. Lorga GS Sertal. Good afternoon, y'all crazy rich misfits with snakes from across the pond. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. I think it's like what, noonish over there, 1 o'clock around that time. All right, Basement Pythons. More international love from up north. We got VIP Morphs Canada, Crystal in the building. Morbid sadistic balls. Why do your balls have to be sadistic? King's Constrictors. Dr. Joe. Good morning. Dr. Joe's back into the swing of things. And he says, great show. Great show in Arlington. Too bad it's the last one. Wow. Talk to me. Is this it, guys? Is Arlington done? What? What's going on here? If you know what's going on and chime in. I did not hear that this was the last show at Arlington. That's a little sad. We used to enjoy that trip. You see, they would have told me that. Maybe I would have made it a point. Gosh, we just take things for granted that they're always going to be there. Goodness, that is sad. Wow. Basement pythons purchased a new double visual recessive breeder male this morning. Nice. But if it's a breeder male, it's not new. It's been around the block a few times. Let's see. Heather says, by this time I have already worked an hour, got kids ready for school, and on the bus, let the dogs out and fed them the pig and the chickens. You fed your dogs the pig and the chickens, or you fed your dog the pig and the chicken? You know, this is where things get boggled up, guys. Commas, periods, punctuation. I don't know. Did she feed the dogs, or did she feed the dogs the pigs and the chickens, or did she feed the dogs the pig and the chickens? I don't know. Any way you put it, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Holy shit, this show is still on. Holy shit, you're still busting my balls. All right, DTMG Pythons, you already know the best part of your day is listening to the show, even if you've been quiet. You know, I still love you, though. You're my favorite Chinese man, even though you're not Chinese. You're still my favorite, though. You represent an entire continent. Totally here, but cooking kids lunch and doing stuff. All right, that's what's up. These little crumb snatchers got to eat a couple times. Curtis has a 12-hour day, ultrasound, a friend snake. Okay, sounds like fun. Crystal's getting some chores done. She found her daughter's pet rat. That's stressful. We've spoken about that a lot when rats go missing. Definitely stressful. Arlington is just changing venues. Okay, so will it still be in Arlington? I guess. Still the venue. I guess, does the venue really matter? I mean, there was nothing special about it. I think it's it's the people, it's the event, it's the hype, it's the travel. It's the airplane and the little rolly boxes that you take with you. So Arlington is going to Dallas. Oh, interesting. So it's not staying in Arlington. So I guess if we get into semantics, technically it is the last show in Arlington, right? I don't think they're going to call it the NARBC Arlington show in Dallas, will they? I don't know. Benevolence says Arlington is because the venue isn't there. It will be in Dallas instead, which is pretty much where Arlington is anyway. Basically, the venue changed. All right, that's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Dallas, yeah. Speaking of Dallas, look at this segue right here. We didn't even plan this. My Giants, they didn't do so bad. They look like they should look against a really, really good team. It's NFL season, guys. Texas being that huge football state. But I saw this and I found this interesting as we're talking about Dallas. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowgirls. Look at this. So this is their normal thing, at least since 1996. That's 1996. Season starts, beat up on bad teams. Fans get delusional. We them boys, this is our year. Choking the playoffs. Sounds about right to me. Sorry for all you bum ass Cowgirl fans. Last night, guys, we were back. Remember, every Tuesday, 8 p.m., Bronx Down Under. I've been swamped. I believe yesterday was supposed to be my topic, my show. And yeah, I just screwed that one up. So we had a show without any topics. These two couldn't figure out a topic. We actually had a good time. Before we get on the show, when I'm not late, we chop it up before the show, and after the show, we chop it up. And I actually enjoy some of that time more than when we're on. There's just some of the things that we talk about we shouldn't talk about on shows. But yeah, we got some decent feedback. Like to know your thoughts, those of you that tuned in yesterday. Did you enjoy the no topic? Because I thought it was pretty cool. We just went with the flow, and we do that. I found this interesting. Got this cute little urine inspiration cartoon. I look very handsome there, I must admit it, but so does Chris Eaton, and we know he's not. So this is what these cartoon things do, and this is what living in a filtered world does. So tired of all you, I'm gonna have to say women because you're the ones that do it primarily. Living in this filtered world where you see somebody in person, you don't recognize them. You take a picture with someone and they're like, "Oh, don't post that or use this filter." No, come on, guys, get we got to get past this. But I did find it funny that while we were being called inspirations, Luke was left out. They left out the Australian. They left out Crocodile Dundee. I guess you're not inspirational there, buddy. Sorry. You know I like to bust his chops. So everybody always hating on them Cowboys. Yeah, that's definitely the case. I thought that was Chase and Chris. Ha 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 ha. Real cute, buddy. But you're old. Your vision is shot. So I'm not gonna really bust your balls too much. This happened. I had a long meeting. I have a monthly meeting. It's about a 4 hour meeting, and it's I guess it's more like a workshop type of thing. It, well, I'm not gonna get into the details of it. But the facilitator actually went hunting for alligator recently, and I found that interesting. And she uses, for all of you that might get your feathers ruffled by hunting, they use everything. I mean, they tan the skin and make like boots and belts out of it. They chop up that tail and eat some gator and all this good stuff. But don't think that the alligators aren't out there hunting for you. I mean, damn, Florida is just different. It is just different. I mean, you have people in Florida worried about snakes. I think you should be worried about the gators. Damn. I just can't imagine like having to go in my yard and finding my dog missing. Like just different. I give you Floridians props. I mean, it's just a whole different world out there. Definitely a different world. Permanent radio face filter. Stop it. Stop it. Hashtag Hugh. Stop it. Gator tail is yummy. I have not had it. I have not had I haven't had gator. I haven't had shark. I actually went to eat shark shish kebabs when I was in Puerto Rico, and this is way back because my father was alive, and we were in Palguera, which is a nice little island, one of Puerto Rico's islands, La Palguera, and that was a big thing there. But they were closed when I went there, and I didn't get to eat shark meat. So, but I'll try gator. I'll give it a shot. So people do not understand this, Hugh, that hunting is a necessary tool in conservation. Speaking about Puerto Rico, I saw a photo of deer all over Puerto Rico, and I just wonder how that affects the ecosystem because I don't think there are any natural predators for deer, and I know that we have hunting season here to control the population, so that's gonna be interesting. Shark is fabulous, so is gator. That's what's up. That's cool. Speaking of ferocious animals, this is what I get to stare at quite often. This is my ferocious animal. This is Onyx, who just joined the family. And I guess it's good to be, what is he? It's probably like 8 months now. He was 7 months when I got him. He's been with us for a little while. So I guess I can start saying he's 8 months. But this damn dog got the life. Can I pet your dog? Well, be careful because you might be petting his balls because it seems to always have him airing out. I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of Puerto Rico, the local Puerto Rican restaurant closed. I'm seriously disappointed. No more mofongo. Well, I promise you, there's plenty of number one local restaurants. It depends on where you're at. And number two, there's plenty of mofongo in Puerto Rico. One of the things I do appreciate about social media is they start showing you all these amazing places that that are doing amazing things and serving amazing dishes. Yeah, I miss Puerto Rico. I think I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico. You know what? We're making it happen. Matter of fact, it's September. October's a busy month. Bathrooms, birthdays, other stuff going on. November. Let's do it. I'm in Puerto Rico in November. Anybody gonna be out there? Let me know. Let's connect. I definitely have to see Kenny and Ron. But if you're gonna be in Puerto Rico in November, let me know. Let's see if we touch base there. All right, let's go. All right, what's going on here? Let's get to some of our weekly stuff. Who will be on the Milk Carton Chronicles and in the Sticker Breeder Graveyard? Actually, we're going to do it a little bit backwards today. We are going to get into the Sticker Breeder Graveyard. This one was sent to me, I believe, last week. Snakes for the memories. Um, yeah, I wasn't as surprised as the person that sent it to me. Um, I'm sorry, buying everything, and I don't know. People make fun of our do-it-yourself setup. We don't have fancy racks. We don't do shows. We don't have all of this stuff here, and I don't know. A kid that started this when he was 6 years old is still around at 11. Actually, cut the social media part out. He didn't like it, so I respected that. He chimes in once in a while, does a video once in a while, but he's still cleaning tubs. He's still cleaning rat racks. The other day, I think he put in 3 hours in the rat shed. Still doing his thing. Just doesn't feel compelled to put everything on social media like his father. And I'm cool with that. But Snakes for the Memories are now thanking you for the memories. They say we will cherish the relationships we made and continue to support our friends in the reptile community. Thank you for everything, Jeremy and Holly, aka Jolly. I guess that's their name combined. Okay, I see what you did. All right, I guess some people found that funny or cute. All right. Thank you all so much for your love and support. We wish all of you the best of luck and are excited to continue to see everyone grow. I'll be posting a complete list of everything that we are selling later this week. Again, thank you all so much for your support. Yeah, I mean, sorry to see anybody go, but I mean that's part of the problem is just the unrealistic positivity sometimes. Like, are you really, really going to stay excited watching other people grow while you're folding? I don't know. It's just not like human nature. Like, oh, yeah, we couldn't do it, but I'm going to be excited watching you do it. Just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't seem real. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. Maybe you are happy to watch others grow at something that you couldn't do. I don't know. I don't know, but this is the reality, guys. This is the reality. I like them. I thought they changed their mind. I like them. I thought they changed their mind. They just work so hard to move everything up here. Yeah, it's a grind, guys. It is definitely a grind. Okay. Oh, so Lorga is in Russia and wants me to put Anastasia in the graveyard. Now, here's the thing, Lorga. You want me to join Russia's version of Instagram or Facebook, whatever that social media site is out there. You want me to join that, find out who Anastasia is, post her up here when you are probably the only person in Russia that ever tunes in here. What is your beef with Anastasia, man? Um, Half the people that I post in the Sticker Breeder Graveyard or on the Milk Carton Chronicles, Most people don't even know who they are. That's why they end up there. You dig? You dig? Yeah. Send me some photos, send me some information and we'll see. But yeah, nobody's gonna care about Anastasia. I'm not trying to, just being honest here. Kenny Rogers said it best, right, Hugh? Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I can't sing. I know it's all right. I could do other things. Now, in our Milk Carton Chronicles, he was featured on the Milk Carton Chronicles a few months ago. He's been on the show. He was on What's in Your Cup. He was on Bowling with Brian. Okay, where we got to see his rack system. We got to see his rack. It's not really don't like seeing a man's rack, to tell you the truth. This is where I definitely prefer the ladies. But we got to see his rack system and some of the animals that he was keeping in the rack. I actually met Philip in Arlington. Speaking of Arlington, as you can see in that bottom right photo, I actually met him in Arlington, and he stepped away, and I held down his booth for a few minutes, and you had to see me. I was like doing sales for him. It was so cool. I felt like, but wait, there's more. I thought it was a great idea. It was a great concept what he was doing, and I was really, really hoping that he would thrive. But the post that you see in here is from 41 weeks ago, where he put up a post, an update on relocating. He relocated to Louisiana and let people know, when they should expect their stuff. There was a lot of pre-orders going on. But you carry a tune about us as well as me. Oh, Stan says that that Jolly is still doing their breeding. They are still in the game. Well, you're saying that, but their post says otherwise. If they're saying ta-ta and goodbye and they're posting lists and that they're gonna like to see everybody else. Maybe I read it wrong. Did I read it wrong? I don't know, but I'll look into it and I will wish them the best. I don't want people leaving, to tell you the truth, but that's interesting. Maybe they're just gonna be quiet and do what a lot of people do and stay off social media. Who knows? That'd be pretty cool. So back to Pac Racks. He popped up recently, right? So I remember when this happened. I know people that had done the pre-order. I knew that I was excited for him and to see another player in the game. You pretty much only have Freedom Breeder and ARS, so it was like really cool to see somebody else, diving in and bringing something different. He was actually bringing something different to the game, and for those of you that keep hot animals, there was benefits to that as well. But it was just cool to see somebody coming in and bringing something different. And I remember reaching out to him, and after he had fell off the face of the earth, and I was like, "Hey, dude, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been?" And he said, everything was good, and that he moved to Louisiana, and he was trying to refine stuff. Again, this was what February of 22. That 22, 23. I can't see. February 23. And I said, "Yeah, well, great, because I didn't take you for a scumbag, because people were spreading rumors and my DMs were getting filled every day, and I just didn't take him, and I don't take him for uh, a scumbag." So I did ask him if he reached out to his people, and he said that he put up a post, and I talked about it before. Just don't think that was the best form of communication. You have people's money. It shouldn't just be a post like, "Hey, I hope you see this post." No, you call people, you email people, you text people, you do as much as possible on these people. but it was very sad to hear the rumors that were going about. Because again, I just didn't take him for that type of person, and it wasn't like all of these snake hustlers that owe other people a shitload of money because they bought all these snakes on consignment or just fell off the face of the earth with their snakes or sold fake heads. This was a rack system. This was a whole different thing. This guy was trekking, across the country, going to different shows and doing his setup, tabling, showing the entire system. So he was putting in the work. This that's a lot to do a hustle. If you want to hustle people out of money, there's so many easier ways to do it without so much stress and so much legwork involved, right? Like traveling 10, 16 hours to shows with a rack system or rack systems to show at these shows. So yeah, it seemed like he was really, really going for it. My man, smash the like button as I'm rocking my Morph Ambitions hoodie. It is hoodie weather. So yes, I did have the greatest hope for Pac Racks. You can go back and watch former shows I've done on it. I've actually done the Where Is He Now episode as far as him being on the Milk Carton Chronicles. And then there was again the episodes that he joined me. Um so recently he's popped up like the last couple of weeks. He did a live a couple of days ago. I didn't catch the live, but I did go back and watch the replay, and it was genuine. It was very, very genuine. I agree with you, Troy. The Pac Racks design is seriously innovative. It would be a nice rack for newer breeders that can switch out tub sizes in the same rack. But dang, tons of promises and then silence. So if you get a chance, go to his Instagram page, and he has it up, his live from the other day, and I would like to hear what people's thoughts on this is. He was genuine, and if you remember when we started this show 145 weeks ago, 145 consecutive weeks ago. Damn, I'm going on 3 years, guys. When we did this, it was to discuss mental health awareness. Okay. And I say it all the time. You have dozens of reptiles. There is something wrong with you. Okay. We all make fun of that cat lady, right? With her 5 cats. You have 100 snakes. There is something seriously wrong with you. That is just the reality. Okay. So I say that we all have something. When I think about 30 years ago, I wasn't hanging out with a bunch of people that had what I had. I had a Savannah monitor. I had a boa. I had an albino boa. I had a ball python. I had an iguana. We actually had two iguanas. I had I'm missing something there. No, I think I got it. Savannah monitor. His name was Barachi. We had Freddie, the big iguana. We had Takal, the little iguana. I had the Colombian red tail. I had the albino. Oh, I had an albino Burmese python as well. I had the albino boa, and I had an albino Burmese python, and I had a ball python. Long story short, I knew no one that had reptiles, but again, we don't have the internet. Um, Today, I mean, with the internet, you connect with so many people. Then you start finding people in your neck of the woods. I actually had someone call my office one day because the FedEx clerk told him that there was someone else in the area, and she had told me about him as well. Because when we go to FedEx, either to pick up or ship animals, right? And she's like, "Oh, there's another guy," and he actually called my office. She was like, "He drives this truck." So, damn, we've been listening to you for that long. You damn misfits. Exactly. Exactly. Great writer, Reptiles. Good morning, my mentor, Brian. Yeah, good morning. Long story short, I think that we all have something going on up there, okay? Which is okay because I also believe that the most successful people have something they got to screw loose too, right? Because it takes a lot to have all these different obstacles and naysayers, and you still go forward. You still go forward. It takes a lot to do that. You have to have something there. You have to have something there. So keep plowing forward. So he shared that he was going through some stuff, okay, mentally. He shared that he was resetting, that he was focusing on his family. He admitted that he did some things I'm gonna say wrong, but that he should have done differently. He discussed lead times. He discussed moving dates. Um, so he discussed all of it. So he was very very straightforward. What I'm wondering is with the short term memory that we have in the ball python community, will he be received back where he was? Okay. With the turnstile of new breeders, because he offers a product that's good for new breeders, like Balls and Strikes mentioned. He offers a product that's good for. He has a nice hatchling rack that you can change the tubs as the animal grows without having to buy additional racks. I'm not sure how that would work if you had all the tubs filled, right? Because you wouldn't have the space for all the larger tubs. It's kind of genius because it forces you to buy more, right? More levels. But will he be forgiven for being human? Because what he shared was the human part, right? And that's what we talk about community. The flip side is that this is a business that he was launching. This is a business he's continuing to push. So, from the business aspect of it, we often don't care about what a person is going through personally, right? Their private life, because your private, your personal should never, even though it does, because we're human, shouldn't roll over into the business side. Okay. Remember that. You have to remember that you have to find a way to create that balance and not bring your personal to the professional. So this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think he deserves a second chance? We're all human. We talk about community. We talk about the difference between the business aspect of this and the hobby side of it. Does he deserve a second chance? Will we forgive the fact that he fell off the face of the earth? People did not know for months at a time whether they were going to get their product or if their money had just been taken. I don't know, but has he made right by all these people that gave him money up front? I don't know. Don't know. Speaking of Puerto Rico and me going to see this guy, well, good morning, BBM Reptiles. How you doing, my Boricua brother? And the rest of you reptile peeps he's shouting out to. Rihanna Reptile says he'll come back just like people still buying from ball pythons, but his racks are okay from what I have seen. I don't have one. Okay, that's interesting. To be honest, if I'm gonna be honest, I hate when people say to be honest. Do I have to worry that every other time you're speaking that you don't say to be honest that you're lying? To be honest, from a business standpoint, that reputation is not good for him right now. If I was in the market for one of his racks, it would have to be cash on delivery. Understood. And now he's saying that all shipping will be at the speed of cash, that he won't be doing any pre orders. He learned his lesson, but I dig it, right? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I don't know. Fool me, yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I don't know. I feel like Bush right now. I feel like President Bush right now. But yeah, I dig it. Look at this. We got the Portuguese guy in Russia having a conversation with the Puerto Rican guy in Puerto Rico. Yeah. How about you guys focus? To be honest, the Giants suck. Actually, they don't suck. Thank you very much. If you look at last week's game, I mean, shit, the Broncos got blown out by 50 points, and the Dolphins were nice not to break an all-time scoring record. All right, thank you. Right. Wait, we talking about Pac Racks? Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, go have some Bustelo and wake your ass up, or Dal coño, wake your ass up, bro. Coño, Dal cono. So yes, that would be very, very interesting to see what direction that's going. So yeah, share your thoughts, guys. What do you think? Do we just say, "Hey, sorry it didn't work out," or does he get a chance? And again, he's more for the new breeder. At least right now, what he's offering seems like it'll work more towards the new breeder than an established breeder. So I don't know. To each their own. I like the fact that he was transparent. I like the fact that he admitted the wrongdoings and how he would like to do it a different way. What I don't like is, I think there were comments like, I'm going to do this at my pace. Again, that's not how business works. Um, there's expectations, right? Uh, if there's a lead time, it's your duty to make sure it happens within that lead time. It's your duty to make sure there's constant communication. I don't know if he'll have the actual infrastructure to do what it takes to run a company that makes racks and puts them out. If you couldn't handle 50 orders, if you did have 50 orders and you couldn't handle 50 orders, how would you handle it now? This isn't something you do full time. What does doing it at your pace mean to the customer? It's like, hey, once again, I give you my money and I get it when I get it. So I don't know. BBM Reptile says, I hope the best for him. I know he started really rough for the go, but it's been rushed to what he expected. I get it. And here we go. To be honest, I hate to kick a guy when he's down. However, yeah, I mean, look, this is where you have to find the balance. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. This community is funny like that. It's definitely funny like that. But trying to break in against two huge companies that do this and have been doing this for a long time, I don't know. I just think that it's gonna be more of an upward battle than it was before. Again, I commend you, Philip, for coming out, sharing. He actually reached out to me. It's ironic that this was going to be one of my topics today, and he had DM'd me. That's another thing. He said that he won't be communicating much on social media. I'm not sure if that helps the matter either. It might help you as far as your sanity and controlling anxiety. I'm not sure it will help as far as running a business, because today it's a big part of business, right? Um, but he did reach out to me, and I did tell him that this was going to be one of my topics today. We didn't get into details, but that was another funny thing. Like, he said, "Are you still doing your show?" I was a little offended by that. 145 weeks. All you gotta do is go to my YouTube channel, man. 145 weeks. What do you mean? Am I still doing my show? There's not one other person in the reptile podcast world that can claim to do 145 consecutive episodes. I did over 300 consecutive episodes. If you include my two other shows, and you've been on two different series. And then you asked me if I was still doing my show. So I was a little offended by that. But if you're out of the loop, if you are that out of the loop that you don't know that I have been pestering people, that I have been bringing the good, the bad, and the ugly for 145 consecutive weeks. I don't know. It just seems like this battle is going to be really, really hard. It's going to be really, 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 really difficult for you to get back into the swing of things. Not kicking anyone. People don't want to be left in the dark or hung out to dry. So he's going to have to be completely transparent from here on out. Well, I don't know who takes that chance. I don't I don't know, and I hope the best. Like I said, guy had a pretty decent product, and I thought it was going to be a pretty cool thing. All right, guys, let's move to the vendor spotlight. Let's get a little bit of good up in here because we do have some more bad and we have some ugly. So I do want to get into the vendor spotlight because obviously, everybody's been talking about Arlington, right? And now I just find out that it's the last time it will be held in Arlington, but it'll be in Dallas. Potato, same shit, right? But I saw this and I thought it was pretty cool. You guys know who Girls with Scales is, right? Summer was actually one of my original co-host on Battle of the Balls Eye Candy Extravaganza. Okay, she works at Canova. She obviously goes to the show, sets up. Look at her promoting Clutch over there. But I thought it was pretty cool. Look at her wearing the top hat in honor of the Fat Man. They were selling top hats at NARBC in honor of the Fat Man. I thought that was really, really cool. Okay. Much love for Chris Eaton, and that love continues. So that is what's going on. But yeah, shout outs to Summer rocking the top hat. I call Chris the Monopoly Man. But yeah, pretty damn cool. Great to see everybody showing that love. This was good to see. Holly got to hook up with McKendrick, half of the dynamic duo, those caffeine pushing commandos at Cold Blooded Caffeine. They had a nice setup. I hope you guys stopped by and said hi, bought some coffee, had a cup of coffee, took home a bag, and helped support somebody again. These guys are doing great things. I didn't think Holly was gonna go. I was wondering if she was gonna go because, you know, Holly's a little feather ruffler, and she was part of last week's topic. If you missed last week's topic, go check it out. But we are gonna follow up a little more about it today. Here goes another half of a dynamic duo, Leviathan Snakes, doing their thing at the Repticon Rep today in Augusta, Georgia. That's pretty cool. Arlington was not the only show over the weekend. And again, you see people are continuing to push this Python passion. They're continuing to have these reptile focused events, continuing to bring in new people to the community. And that is exactly what we need. My man Ramel, Mel to some, great to see Morph Nation Reptiles still doing his thing. He's been quiet, but if you notice, he has been on a few vendor shout outs over the last few weeks. I love it. Keep rocking, keep rolling. This was at the West Virginia Reptile Expo. Man, this is a guy that just another good guy. We gotta keep supporting and pushing the good guys, man. This is another good guy. So it's pretty dope to see him. Another social media, he was like the man. He was the king of reels. He's been a little quiet. His name is Brian. Brian's an awesome dude, married to a Puerto Rican woman with some Puerto Rican babies. Actually, the first time Samson ever hosted a live was with Bane of My Exotics kids. It was pretty cool, and it's out there. Go check it out, guys. Go check it out. It's still there. But this was cool. I didn't see a setup, but I did see this post, which was great, that he was in Williamsport, Maryland for the Four State Reptile Expo. Then we had Cuddle Time Critters in Iowa at Davenport in Iowa for her second time doing the show. Then this guy seems to have been at every show he could possibly attend for the last I don't know how many weeks in a row at the Show Me Reptile show. We had Bull in Hand Pythons, Dave, in North Carolina at Durham. I think that's he's really spreading out his area. He also has a spin to win, guys. So if you're interested in that GHI Mojave Leopard 50% het pied, go hit him up. He stays true to the spin to win game. Definitely somebody that influenced me when we were doing our spin to wins, and we were always pretty successful. And yeah, I still support the guy. He's been one of the genuine ones. So let's see here. Last week's topic was seriously some bizarre rando shit. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. And speaking of snakes for the memories, clarify, please let us know. Are you done? Are you finished? Or are you gonna keep breeding? I'm confused. I'm confused. I heard I saw your post and thought you were packing it up, but they're saying you're not. So let me know. Good morning to you, by the way. BBM, does that mean no more get together at Earl's? Actually, Earl, Lone Star Reptiles, Earl gave me a call this week. Okay. Earl gave me a call, and yeah, I think that's changing. I think that's changing. I think that that's gonna be not what it was before. I'm not saying he won't be having get-togethers. I think that it's gonna be, if he does have a get-together, it's gonna be much more limited. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to share our conversation and get into detail. It was not show related. It was just a what's up call. But yeah, I spoke with Earl this week, and I don't know. I don't think those get-togethers are gonna be what they used to be, and I think that's a good thing, right? I think there'll be more intimacy. I think that if there is a get together, it'll be more selective. How that process takes place, I don't know, but yeah, reach out to Earl, say hi, check on him, check on the guy. He's a good guy. Check on him. Now, speaking of, well, actually, we're not gonna jump into it yet. We will do our regular segment. I've been getting my chops busted for the as the morph meme turns. As you guys know, I just want people to know there are other options out there. Okay. And it's just everything is not always what it seems. So obviously the amount of money that gets poured into advertising. We spoke about this a few weeks ago about the trademarks filed by the Morph Market CEO trying to trademark names like reptile enclosures and other names that would seriously affect existing businesses, and the conflict. And then there was a follow up to that the week after where we actually got a public statement from a competitor who was actually existed way before reptile enclosures surfaced. So I saw this, and I always find it interesting when he puts out the sponsored or the paid advertisements. We love what people are doing with our enclosures. So you already know a lot of the cronies, which are usually green, new to the reptile industry people. They support things 1,000% when they either haven't purchased, don't utilize, or haven't benefited, but they just want to be down. They just want to be down. So I saw this response and I found it very interesting. So I must be the only person who finds these enclosures absolutely frustrating to build. The instructions are really poor. I've put together hundreds of enclosures and terrariums over the years, all different ways to connect, etc. This is quite possibly the most time consuming, frustrating, and unpleasant experience I've had doing this. The instructions are incredibly vague, hard to see, and just simply do not help me at all. Does anybody have any tips to make this not suck so much? The only tip I have is you shouldn't have bought it in the first place, but you can't go back in time. So deal with it, learn from it. Don't make the same mistake twice. Guys, learn from his mistakes. There's other people doing their thing. Watch that episode from a couple of weeks ago. The company that we featured, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. This company we just mentioned, F with the Better Business Bureau. Come on. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, guys. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. All right. And again, there are other options. Repthepost.com. And I have to find out what's going on. Because every time I post Herb Social, I get a backlash. Hasn't been much activity. What is going on, Billy? Billy, what's going on? Find your Reptile. Nobody gives me any flack about this. They haven't even started, but coming soon, the Show Me Marketplace from the Show Me Reptile Show Company. So we'll see what's going on with that. All right. We'll definitely see what's going on with that. But I did find it interesting that whenever I post about Herb Social, somebody has a hard on for them. So let's see what is going on. All right. All right. I see some late people joining the show. Good morning. Make sure you go back and catch the earlier parts. Most of you usually leave comments, so I'm glad that you're back. So, oh, look at this. So, Snakes for the Memory says they're not done. They ran into a feeding issue after the move. Long story short, Holly came up with a solution. They're staying in. They found a solution, guys, and they're going to be working harder than ever. I will eat my words. They appear to be the first ever to resurrect from the sticker breeder graveyard. But kudos to finding a solution. Kudos to Holly for helping make that happen. Again, guys, we can't afford to lose good people. I just hope that this solution is a long-lasting solution, and I'm very happy to see that you found a way to make it happen. Exciting news to come. Congratulations, Jolly. I really don't like Jolly, by the way, but I get it. I get it, But you're not Jennifer. You're not Jennifer and Ben. Okay, come on, stop it. Still waiting on the standalone Herp social app. I don't know what's going on here. We got Greg in the building, 412 balls. All right, that's what's up. All right, that's what's up. So what else is going on? So last week we spoke about Holly, Texoma Exotics and Large March Morphs were under attack last week, right? If you missed last week's episode, we discussed how they were pretty much threatened, fuck around and find out, where a private conversation became a public response. So after I posted the video, Kyle from Tatum, well, I'm assuming it was Kyle, I'm sorry, but someone from Tatum's Exotic Reptile said, I'm sure there's a lot more to the story than just Holly and Paul's side. Just saying. Holly being Texoma Exotics and Paul being Large Marge Morphs. They also co-host a show together, Paul and Holly, and they have this private chat. And again, I'm not going to go over everything. Go watch last week's episode. And I think there's always more than one side of the story. You've heard me say it plenty of times. There's always three sides to a story: yours, theirs, and the truth somewhere in the middle. The truth is a private situation amongst a group of people that chose to partake in a private conversation offended Jeff. Jeff is the person that threatened Paul and Holly to fuck around and find out on a rant that he had from Celtic Balls. He left that convo. He then responded publicly to a private matter. That's Jeff's side of the story. Just saying. So you're telling me all that transpired over a chat, I'm going to call bullshit. Sounds like you only got your goons side of the story, not facts, and twist it so they can play victim. I literally played a video of Jeff of Celtic Balls threatening Paul and Holly. He names them. He names Texoma Exotics. He names Paul from Large March Morphs to fuck around and find out. Where was there any twisting of facts? A private chat amongst adults that chose to be a part of it had a response publicly. Where are the facts twisted? Where is anybody claiming to be a victim? And to call Paul a goon? Maybe Holly. Maybe we could call Holly a goon. Let's go back to Holly. Hold on a second here. Look at this goon right here, guys. Yeah, definition of goon. Look at her. Oh my God. Look at that goon right there. Wow. Look at that goon. Oh my God, my goon. I have goons. I do have goons. I'm not gonna deny. I'm from the South Bronx. Like I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of where I've come from. I'm proud of my accomplishments. But I'm never gonna turn my back or deny the role that the goons in my life have played. I don't consider this lady right here a goon. Like, I don't know. Maybe in Texas, the definition of a goon is something different. Um, Paul, I would call Paul a goof before I called Paul a goon. Okay. Yeah, they'll be at Tinley. Paul will be doing the fundraising bout against Kevin from Skull Serpents. But a goon, the man's also in law enforcement. And if you've watched any of their shows, if you've ever had a conversation with Paul, the last thing I would ever refer to Paul as is a freaking goon. And to call Holly a goon, stop it. Just that's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So my response was call bullshit all you like. It doesn't change the facts. I literally just mentioned nothing but the facts. Look up the definition of fact and then reread my comment. The only goon in this situation is the man that went public with a private matter, cursing and threatening a woman to fuck around and find out. Again, just the facts. And then we had this comment. Jeff sounds a bit unhinged. He should seek professional mental health services for his issues. I never take that lightly. Maybe that'll help. I never take it lightly, guys. Okay, mental health issues are real. Okay, we do push-ups, we go on diets, we try to work on our physical. We have to work on our mental as well. And I was wondering why Kyle was so animated, and then I went to his page, which I hadn't gone to in a while, and I had seen that I guess he's close. I met Kyle at a show. He asked to take a photo with me. I took the photo with him. I don't know if I'll be doing that at any other shows in the future because you can see like it's just weird. It's just weird the stuff that happens afterwards. In the few years I have entered this Instagram reptile community, you just see how many fakes, frauds, and phonies are out there, and then you take a photo with them, and then people think you're like really good friends, et cetera, et cetera. I get DMs from people. We have conversations privately. They've already been sick of social media, so they kind of play the cut. They're in the background. They don't share their thoughts publicly. But I found this interesting when I got this, and it was part of our conversation. I'd rather be around someone who likes no one versus someone who likes everyone. And that hit home because again, there's just so many fakes, frauds, and phonies here, and those are some of the biggest fakes are the ones that act like they're cool with everyone. What's a goon to a goblin? Yeah, exactly. Okay, exactly. I need a mental health day. Elevated morphs, man, take it. You're over there getting those guns all polished and bulky and all buff. Find the mental health days. There are literally days that I won't go into my office. I'll tell my management team I need a mental health day. I always tell them if they need to get their head right, find time, make it happen. You can't be there for your family. You can't be there at work. You actually can't be there for yourself if you don't. So do make it intentional to have mental health days, whatever it is that works for you. You know, some people, just being away from everyone. I dig that. I dig that. So Holly and Goon, she's a Goonie. I dig it. I dig it. Being social media with being social with everyone means nothing. I can count on one hand the friends that know me beyond IG and FB. I get it. Dude, I'm legit Cypress Hill, insane in the membrane. Yeah, you're definitely not the other one. Only one rather. Sometimes we need a day to veg and not do anything. Exactly. That's it. Give your brain a break. Let it rest, guys. Let it rest. All right. Let it rest. So yeah, I didn't find that cool. I can respect anyone. Like where I'm from, we have blind loyalty a lot. We'll go to war with somebody, even if they're wrong, we'll go to war with them. Only because it's just like it's the blind loyalty, right? I have 5 sisters, and I'll go to war with any of their husbands, boyfriends, anything because they're my sisters. But some of the shit they've done, I'm just like, God, why do you put me in these situations, right? Same thing, friends, lifelong friends, people you've gone to war with, people that have been in your corner. But I'll never defend somebody publicly that threatened a woman or did something to a woman. A man threatening a woman, yeah, it's hard to ever try to justify it. It's just a man will never win. And when I coached my young people, I always told them don't get into arguments with girls. When I coach my basketball players or whatever I was coaching young men, I would try to mentor them and always share. Don't get into an argument with a girl. Walk away. You will never win that argument. Okay, it's just not worth it. God forbid she put her hands on you and you're in that position to walk away just getting hit or having to hit her back and looking like less of a man for hitting her back. It just never works out. So threatening a woman is just not cool. Have your wife do it. Get a sister. I don't know, but threatening a woman never not cool. I always told women just like that. If I have a beef, look, I got 5 sisters. Pick one, okay? But I'm not gonna get into it with you. I'd rather just let you won. If you need that sense of winning, you definitely won. Much respect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You just bought me some coffee, elevated morphs with the 9.99. I appreciated that very much. Okay. Let's see. Why are people always looking for a side to take? People don't think for themselves anymore or know how to stay in their fucking lane. John, I agree. If I have a friend that did something that I don't agree with again, I'm not going to be chiming in publicly, but I'm going to be letting them know you could have handled that differently. You know, I don't think I would have gone that route. If you're going to handle a private matter publicly like that and you're going to threaten a woman, deleting it is not enough. Where's the public apology? Okay, where's the apology to every woman out there that if I were a woman, I feel threatened. I can't imagine how Holly felt going to Arlington. Okay. Um, I can't think about the restraint that her husband Bobby had in Arlington. I wasn't there. So I don't know. But being a husband, yeah, I don't know the level of restraint necessary if I saw a man that threatened my wife. Okay. And again, everybody loses in these situations. Everybody loses. You lose if you don't do anything because a man threatened your wife. You lose if you do something because a man threatened your wife. The event is horrible. As reptile breeders, we look more savage than people already, or as reptile keepers, as a reptile community, we look more savage than we already do to people outside of the community. So I don't know. It's just think, if you're gonna explode, take 5 minutes, type an email, right? This is what I started doing a few years ago. Don't send the email. I would do that. Like if I had an issue with somebody, obviously of distance, not if there was proximity, but write out that email. Don't send it. Don't hit the send button. Don't even put their name and the address because you might hit send by accident. But put all your feelings into that email because you're upset. You got to get it out, right? We talk about mental health. You have to let it out. Put it all into that email and go back to it a day or 2 days later when you're not in that emotional state where you can look at things maybe more level headed. Maybe you can see the big picture of what your actions might cause, right? If you still feel the same way, send the damn email. Go to war, okay? But more often than not, you're not going to want to react the same way a day later, 2 days later, when you're not in that same emotional mental state, okay? I agree. Keyboard Rayana Reptile says keyboard warriors are the best. Yeah, I can dig it. Troy says the best people are the ones not pretending to be something they are not. Just be genuine. If that isn't good enough for people, it's their loss. Do what you love and mind your business. I have so many friends that are more assholes than me. I'm okay. I've been called an asshole and other bad words. And I usually tell people you're not the first and you sure won't be the last. That frustrates them even more. But I have people that are more of an asshole than me, and I have acquaintances, friends, family. Be who you are. Be accepted for you. You will be accepted because your real you is going to shine one day. Okay, and that's when you see that people don't have friends for a long time. I have I have the band of the hand. Okay, five guys that are my brothers today. Goodness, 35 years to 21 years. So from 21 years to 35 years, that's my band of the hand. All right. Um, I don't need new friends, but I don't mind acquaintances. I don't mind people that I share certain things with. But you'll see all these people, man, they don't rock with anybody that they know longer than a year. That has to put questions into your mind, like of their character. Okay. John says the worst part of that is having to walk around the show in your work boots ready to go. Yeah, it is. And let me tell you, even for stuff like this, like, you know, I go to a show with my son and I prepare him. I don't know, with social media, you don't know. We talk about mental health issues, whatever, but how people are going to act at a show, they don't like everything I say, or maybe I said something about them. So I prepare my son. I prepare my son in the event something were to happen. But I do tell you this much: if I ever felt threatened at a show and my son was there, nobody wins. No, we all lose. Okay, so I don't know. Let's just find a way to make this better. You know what I mean? Let's just find a way to make this better. Holly says, I am no longer going to, I think she meant Tinley. That trip was pay for working their show. So that's kind of crappy. And that's why I tell people don't let personal affect business. Business is business. If you're doing someone and there's business involved, have your agreements in writing, right? If you're doing a joint clutch with someone, have the specifics in writing. Okay. If you're doing digital creation, if you're doing marketing, if you're doing social media maintenance, management, anything like that for someone, and in exchange for services, whether it's animals, whether it's feeders, whether it's travel, whether it's cold tabling at an event, however you work it out, put it in writing because this is a perfect example where you get screwed, okay? Where you become a victim more than once. Put your stuff in writing, guys. All right? Put it in writing. Patrick says a lot of people are soft like baby shit. These keyboard warriors find out one day when there's no keyboard to hide behind. And that is the truth. If you see more and more on social media, YouTube, a lot of people end up meeting up in person. All that that keyboard commando nonsense doesn't work when that person's so fed up with you and they find a way to see you in person. You most likely posting everywhere you're at, right? So they know where you're at. So I agree with you 100%. Heather says, choose your battles. Some people are not worth your time or energy. Don't care about opinions of people who should have been swallowed. Ooh, your mama should have swallowed you. And here we go. Russia and Puerto Rico still having their little private conversations. That's cute. We're gonna end the show, but before we end the show, guys, I hate to end it on an ugly note, but I just got this, so I did find this kind of ugly, and I'm hoping, we always talk about that we have to police ourselves. These are allegations that I hope maybe prove to not be true, and I definitely give Dominic Rotella the forum to prove that it's not true. These are allegations that landed in my DMs this morning, actually. Um, but the charges were lewd conduct with a child under 16, a female child under 16. This is Rotella Reptile Zoo, Dominic Rotella, and it states that Rotella was arrested for allegedly molesting a family member several times between 2011 and 2017. The crimes were initially reported in 2021 and have been progressing through the criminal justice system ever since. He was questioned about the incidents in April 2022 by police in Mesa, Arizona, and at the time he admitted to several sexual encounters between him and the accuser. He is now back in Idaho to face charges. He was between 19 and 20 years old at the time of the molestation, while the victim was between 7 and 8 years old. It's ugly, and I hate the ugly, and I hate having to talk about the bad and the ugly, but this is the reality. Know the people in your community, know the people in your circle, know the people that you're doing business with. You really do have to do that. Brian just showed he types emails. Dude, I sit on boards. I own companies. Yeah, I do type emails. Welcome to 2023, genius. Gosh, you see the shit I get, man. You see this? I get all this nonsense. I'm leaving this up there because I appreciate I appreciate you. What was that? We're gonna wrap it up, but I saw a couple of comments. I be pissing Brian off just to see if he takes a plane trip to Puerto Rico. You don't piss me off that much, man. You really don't, Ron. You really don't. But November, you told me you're taking me to that spot that I showed you, all right, for the triple. All right, so we're going there. Lorga, I am going to Puerto Rico in November. I'm gonna start working out the travel now. I haven't been to my motherland in quite some time. I married a Dominican woman. My birthday was yesterday, by the way. My wife, my beautiful wife. Happy birthday to you. You don't watch these shows, so you'll never know I said it. But yeah. Um, so a lot of our trips have been to DR. So yeah, I'll be out there. No caps. Yes. When you send the emails, guys, no caps are bad. I hate when people cap me. But guys, it's Wednesday, okay? It's Wednesday. There's enough ugly, there's enough bad in this community. You can be the good. You could be the reason why things are getting better. You could be the reason why we have progression. You could be the reason why we can just hit that delete on the recession. Let's make it happen, guys. Go crush your goals. Happy effing hump day. Make it happen. It's halfway through the week. If you haven't crushed your goals yet, step it up. Go crush them. If you have crushed your goals, set the next one. Don't slow down. If you're almost there, accelerate, cross that finish line. But I want you guys to have a marvelous, marvelous rest of your week. Again, thank you for tuning in. 145 weeks. God willing, we'll see you for number 146. Peace.